I chose this book because its title, Monkey Business, reminds me of my grandmother. My brother and I would stay with our grandparents every spring break. When we were goofing off or making too much noise when they were watching TV, she would tell us to stop monkeying around. The author of The Monkey Business, Wallace Edwards, is an amazing artist who does a phenomenal job at illustrating idioms. Idioms are sayings and expressions that have special meanings. This book is a good choice for ELD students. Idioms are difficult to understand word for word. Every language has unique idioms. Here are some of them in English. The notes below the sentences define the idiom. Monkey Business by Wallace Edwards. Idiom, a group of words whose meaning cannot be understood from the meaning of the individual words. An expression, peculiar to a specific language that cannot be translated literally. A saying that has special meaning. Even in a serious meeting, Professor Apeson sensed there might be monkey business going on. That's playful, silly behavior. When he was on the ball, there was no limit to what King Pigglebottom could do. He was effective in thinking clearly. It was cold and wet outside, but Gavin felt as snug as a bug in a rug. He felt cozy, comfortable, and warm. Although Mumford had promised not to gossip, he let the cat out of the bag. He told a secret. Not again, sighed Owen. It isn't easy being a bull in a china shop. If you're a bull in a china shop, it sort of means you're clumsy, careless, and you might break things. Eloise had a craving for snails, but she accidentally opened a can of worms. When you open a can of worms, you cause trouble. Phil had no formal musical training, so he learned to play by ear. That means that he could improvise, and he didn't read music, but he could play by ear. He could play it just, if he heard a song, he could play it. Quentin could always be counted on to rise to the occasion. When you rise to the occasion, you meet a challenge. You go out of your comfort zone. Sometimes, thought Camellia, it's better to show your true colors. When you show your true colors, you're real. You stop hiding things. Forbes had no intention of sharing his cupcake. He had a real sweet tooth. That means he loved sugary sweets. When it was time to deliver, Peg laid it on the line to speak firmly about things. "'Tis a dog-eat-dog world," mused Reginald, reflecting on his life of hard-won luxury. Dog-eat-dog world is fiercely competitive. Having departed from her usual pattern, Isadora seemed a little off the wall. When you're off the wall, you're a little bit odd or strange. The McRhino brothers, Angus and Skip, would often lock horns over who got to play the pipes. You argue, you fight if you lock horns. As an artist, Nash was constantly looking for things to sink his teeth into. When you sink your teeth into something, it means you get a chance to learn something new, or you want to delve deeper into a subject. While doing his famous Wiggly dance, the amazing Schumann always tried to put his best foot forward. That's to do your best to make a good impression. Despite his great skill as a barber, Hank couldn't make head or tails out of some of his customers. He was unable to understand them. Snowflake had a strange feeling that someone was playing cat and mouse with her, teasing her, fooling someone, or playing a game with her. Willie seemed to attract misfortune, but Bill was a lucky duck. A lucky duck is a fortunate person. Byron had a lot on his mind, yet he couldn't think of a word to write. If you have a lot on your mind, it usually means you're worried about something. You're thinking about it all the time. Win or lose, when Bluebell raced Big Daddy Jim, she always had a whale of a ride. A whale of a ride? That's an exciting experience. Although he blended in with the gang, Darnell was just a wolf in sheep's clothing, an enemy who pretends to be a friend. When she realized she'd taken a wrong turn, Gloria felt like a fish out of water. She felt awkward, out of place. After saying she wouldn't be hungry if she missed lunch, Paige ended up eating her words, to take back what you said. Every time the Bobbsey twins bounced by, old Zeke was reminded that he wasn't a spring chicken anymore. A young person. He wasn't a young person anymore. Wally knew it was time to draw things to a close, to end, to finish. Enough monkeying around. Here's what everything means. And on the back page, it says the definition of all the different idioms. I tried to tell you as I was reading what they meant. The end. Well, boys and girls, I've been trying to think of some idioms that fit our situation. Truth is stranger than fiction is a good one. It means that a few months ago, no one would have believed that all of us would have to shelter in place. It would have seemed unreal or fictional. Anyway, I hope all of you are fit as fiddles, and I truly believe at the end of the day, it will all be okay. Or, I hope all of you are in excellent health, and I truly believe when this is over, it will all be okay. I hoped you liked this book and learned something about idioms.